As soon as I take the oath of office, we will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our country.
Just a bit more coherent, I guess what I'm saying is, when it comes to rhetoric, Trump is no Hitler, but let him cook. But it is more than just talk about immigrants. Trump's also made a very specific promise.
Attention, drama lovers. We've got a juicy Twitter war brewing, and you won't believe who's in the ring. In one corner, we have late-night funnyman John Oliver. In the other, a very angry, very orange ex-president.
But it is wild that Trump's response to being told he's quoting Hitler is, no, he said it differently. Especially because not that differently.
Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. These are stone cold killers. They'll walk into your kitchen, they'll cut your throat.
Campaign stress, Trump's focused relentlessly on immigration, and it has gotten ugly.
They're coming from 181 countries as of yesterday. I don't know if you call them people. In some cases, they're not people, in my opinion, but I'm not allowed to say that because the radical left says that's a terrible thing to say. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country.
But here's the kicker. Oliver barely said a word. Stick around to see how Trump managed to turn one ad comment into a full-blown political crisis. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, but with more typos. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Well folks, it looks like our favorite late night Brit has done it again. John Oliver, the man who can make even the most boring topics hilarious, just dropped a verbal bomb on Trump that's got everyone talking. And get this, he only needed one word to do it.
He's also falsely claimed Aurora, Colorado is the victim of a Venezuelan gang takeover. It's an accusation that originated with this viral video of men with guns knocking on an apartment door. The US-born people, and FBI data shows violent crime has actually gone down since 2020. It's one of the genuinely good decreases since then, along with the amount of Zoom family dinners and the number of alive Henry Kissingers. And the city has not been taken over or invaded or occupied by migrant gangs. But none of that stopped Trump from going to Aurora to push for mass deportation.
Picture this. Oliver's show is cruising along as usual, roasting politicians left and right like a comedy barbecue. Then, out of nowhere, he hits the brakes, stares right into the camera, and says, "Sad." That's it, just sad. But oh boy, did that single word pack a punch. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a word. But here's the kicker. Sad happens to be Trump's favorite insult. It's like his Twitter catchphrase, right up there with "you're fired." Trump's been slapping that label on everything from fake news to low ratings faster than you can say "Cuffy."
Record. If we're talking about someone you don't want as your neighbor, Stephen Miller would be top of my list. Imagine with the help of Stephen Miller, who even brought along some visual aids.
Look at all these photos around me. Are these the kids you grew up with? Are these the neighbors you were raised with? Are these the neighbors that you want?
Getting up in the morning, looking across your yard and seeing that fucking guy standing there looking like a minion's penis. Also, quick side note, if you're wondering what this thing is, it's a fair question. And that's a Trumpy bear.
So when Oliver turned Trump's go-to put-down back on him, it was like watching a schoolyard bully get hit with his own spitball. The internet went absolutely bonkers. Faster than you can say Twitter fingers, memes and GIFs were flying around like confetti at an impeachment party. But the real cherry on top of this comedy Sunday, the reaction from the man himself. Political pundits were scratching their heads, wondering how a former president could get so worked up over one little word from a comedian. It's like watching a reality show where the star doesn't realize the cameras are rolling, and boy, is it revealing. The whole situation is dripping with irony. Trump's favorite insult has become his Achilles heel, exposing his thin skin for all to see. It's like he's been walking around in invisible clothes, thinking he looks fabulous, and Oliver just pointed out he's in his birthday suit.
A stuffed bear with Trump's hair, attire, and disturbingly human eyes. It looks like Paddington Bear if he had multiple hemorrhoids. It looks like a Care Bear that won't stop calling the other Care Bears gay.
Social media users are having a field day, turning sad into a rallying cry for Trump mockery. It's like they've discovered a new superpower, the ability to push Trump's buttons with just 3 letters. Who knew trolling could be so efficient? Looks like our favorite orange turd is at it again, folks. Trump's latest Twitter tantrum is a real doozy, and it's not just because of his usual crazy talk. Nope. This time, he's taking on the English language itself, and let's just say it's not going well for old Donnie Diapers. Remember when we thought "cuff-a-fay" was the peak of presidential typos? Well, hold on to your dictionaries, because Trump just raised the bar, or should I say lowered it. In his latest tweet storm, he managed to butcher the word indicted so badly, it's like he was playing Scrabble with a toddler. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. and Grumpy Trumpy is sitting on his golden throne, probably scrolling through Twitter and getting more and more worked up. Suddenly, he decides it's the perfect time to respond to John Oliver's sad comment. His tiny fingers start flying across the phone screen, and autocorrect throws up its virtual hands in despair. The result, a tweet that reads like it was written by an angry cat walking across a keyboard. Trump ranted, "These thugs and radical left monsters have just indicated the 45th president of the United States." Yep, you read that right. Indicated. I guess being indicted wasn't bad enough, so he had to go and invent a whole new crime. But wait, there's more. Trump didn't stop at just one typo. Oh no, he went on a full-blown spelling bee rampage. He continued his rant with, "This is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before. It is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections. The USA is now a third world nation, a nation in serious decline. So sad." Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure the only thing in serious decline here is Trump's grasp on the English language, and maybe his ability to use the caps lock key responsibly. Of course, the internet didn't miss a beat. Within minutes, Trump's spelling disaster was trending, with memes and jokes spreading faster than fake tan on a white shirt. It's like the whole world suddenly became English teachers, gleefully circling Trump's errors in red pen. But here's the real kicker. Trump's tweets following Oliver's comment got way more attention than his usual posts. It's like people couldn't look away from this grammar train wreck. Who knew that all it would take to get people interested in politics was a few well-placed typos? Well, folks, it looks like our favorite orange turd has done it again. Trump's meltdown over John Oliver's little jab reveals more about his fragile ego than any of his long-winded speeches ever could. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum because someone called his finger painting meh. Experts say Trump's reaction is textbook narcissism. He's like a sponge soaking up validation and squeezing out defensive tweets when he feels slighted. It's almost enough to make you feel sorry for the guy. Almost. So next time you're feeling down, just remember, at least you're not losing your marbles over a 3-letter word. That would be truly sad. Or should I say, SAD. Stay tuned, folks. Something tells me this Twitter tantrum is far from over. Grumpy Trumpy might just treat us to another misspelled rant any minute now.